Good evening, everyone. This is David Macias Clark with Girl Scouts of Southern Nevada. Welcome to the eBudde Technical Webinar for 2018. We are joined this evening by Maria Valdez with Little Brownie Bakers. Say hi, Maria.
Hello, everybody. Nice to be here.
We also have Hillary Fuller, your Product Sales Director, joining us.
Hello, everyone.
And special guest star that was not announced, we have Interim CEO Helen Ronsky.
Hi, everybody. So happy to be with you and through today.
We're going to give it about 2 minutes because I see a few people still joining in and getting dialed in and everything. Just a few ground rules as we get started so everybody knows how this works. Maria's going to go through and start demoing some of the most basic things that you as a troop leader or service unit manager will be doing within eBudde throughout the season. The purpose of this demo today is for technical knowledge. So how do I do this? Where do I go to find a reorder or transfers or check how many girls are in my troop or to assign cookies to a girl, etc. If you have any questions about council-specific policies or anything you saw in the handbook, feel free to type those into the question log. Hillary and I will be tackling those. If there's something you can't just get right trying to type it out, feel free to use the raise your hand button. And if you raise your hand, we'll be able to see it, and we'll be calling on people selectively that need questions answered, things like that. We're going to try to get through everybody this evening. However, we did have almost 80 people registered for the event tonight. So if we don't get through everybody, put your question in the question log, and Hillary and I will go back through and answer all of them after the fact, and we'll make sure that we post this recording and all the answers on the website. So we're going to give it till about 6:35. I'm going to check to make sure everybody has audio, and we'll be right back online. So hang tight, everybody. We'll be back. What we're going to do an audio check to make sure that everybody can hear us loud and clear. If everybody can go into the chat log and type in their favorite cookie and why it's your favorite, and that way we know everybody can hear us. All right, it looks like Valerie likes the s'mores. Allison likes the tagalongs. Crystal loves the Samoas. Christine, the Thin Mints, along with Andrea. Amanda's another Samoas. Thin Mints from Wendy. Lemonades from Manuela. Good to see you again, Manuela, from the Facebook Live. Andrea from the Samoas. Carrie from the Thin Mints. Victoria for the Thin Mints. So it looks like Thin Mints and Samoas. You guys are almost identical to all of our customers out there in the field. I think those were our two most popular cookies. All right. Well, Maria, it looks like everybody seems to be getting on board. We have a total of 25 guests joining us. So I'll go ahead and pass it over to you and let you get started.
Good evening, everybody. Dave, before we get started, do you see my screen I'm not sure I can do anything, so I may have to turn over the driving to you. Can you check and see if you see me going to the settings?
Yep.
Did you see me move?
Yeah, we have you on settings right now. There we go.
Okay. All right. All right, everybody. Well, welcome. This is the first time that I've worked with GoToMeeting, so please forgive me if I stumble a little bit on this part of it, but I will hope to give you all the information or most of the information that you will need to get started in eBudde. Right now, I am logged in as a troop person, and I am on the settings tab here. And so this is what the settings tab looks like. The contacts tab is right here. And this is where your information and any other troop person would be. You can go in here and update the information by clicking on the edit button. You can enter your first name, last name, phone number, anything in this information right here. As well as making sure that you do receive email and that you are active. Make sure those two are left alone. Please do not change those. We want you to get any email notifications from eBudde. This is also where you may want to update your password, and well, you will set up your security questions. So when the first time you log into eBudde, you will be asked to update your password, and then also to set up your security questions. And I'm going to back up a moment to the dashboard page, and this is where you'll get all the information at a glance from the council. We're on the demo site, so it doesn't have everything that the live site has, but if you look at the calendar, it will tell you when your troop order is due, it'll tell you when your rewards order is due. Any key dates from the council will appear automatically on this calendar right here. The next tab I'm going to go to is the Girls tab. The Girls tab will be pre-filled with your girls information. So if there are any girls that are in your troop that are not listed on this tab, then you will need to contact Hillary and let her know so she can add them. And then also, if there are girls on this in the list that are not active this year, then you will also want to contact Hillary. Over here, you will also want to go ahead during the before the rewards orders are due, and as you're getting the parent permission forms, you want to get the girls' shirt sizes in case they get to earn the t-shirt, then you will already have the sizing. That will save you a step when it comes to completing the rewards orders, because you'll already have the size right there. And it will also be necessary for this to be filled out when you're completing the rewards. So it'll save you some time and going back and forth with parents if you go ahead and collect the girl sizes firsthand. Are we doing okay, David?
We are doing perfectly. If anybody has any questions or are having any issues, go ahead and put them in the question log, and myself or Hillary will get them answered for you.
All right, well, going on, the initial order tab is the next tab that you will be going to. And here is where you enter all the orders by girl, okay? It's very easy to do. You click on the girl's name, and you enter how many packages that the girl has or is ordering. The first column is for gift of caring, so some girls may get gift of caring during the order taking, some may not, and then the others are just packages that by variety, and you can just tab from one field to another by variety. And I really am just randomly entering boxes. I'm not paying attention to what is up there, just for the sake of giving a demonstration. All right. And then once you get all the orders entered on the line, you want to click OK, and that will bring the order up here to the girls' line. Oops, here we go. There we go. And then it will, you're ready to go to the next girl. If, say, you are right now, you only had one girl's order and you're waiting for the rest of the girls to give you their order card, you can go ahead and save. So you can save as many times as you want, but you can only submit the order one time. And if you do, say you accidentally click on submit the order, you will get a warning that says you can only submit your order one time. Do you really want to submit your order now? And we really don't, because we're not done. So we're going to go ahead and click on cancel. And then we're going to go ahead and go to the next girl. So once again, we click on the girl's name. The order tab appears at the bottom. And we go ahead and complete her order.
Hey, Maria, we have a question as you're putting that in from Manuela. She wants to make sure and confirm that you enter in boxes, not cases, correct?
That's correct. We enter in packages, as you see, because girls' orders come in packages. So as you see this line right down here, say packages order, which is boxes, not cases. So all these are in boxes or packages. And then you'll see that right here, the next line says cases to order. So it does round this up. As you see there, there's 35 packages total right now. If we were to round that to a full case, it would be 3 cases, because it's 3 times 12 would be 36. So you would need 3 cases to complete this order as it stands. And it lets you know how many extra packages or boxes you will have by placing this order. That helps you determine if you need to order any additional packages for booth sales. Just remember that you will have these extras already as you're determining what you might want to put in the other line. And David, please help me and confirm whether that's the practice for ordering booth sale cookies if you have them use the other line.
I was answering a few questions there. I apologize about that. So
okay.
For any booth extras, you want to know if they're on the booth line or the other line?
Yeah, they can put them right here on the booth line, if that's okay with you. I just want to make sure that we give them some consistent messaging.
Yes, I think it would be best to have it all on the booth line for the booth extras.
Okay, great. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and enter some more. While you answer some questions, I can just go ahead and enter the rest of the orders for these girls. Oops. Okay, so we're going to do this. I'm going to click OK. There it goes. And then I'm going to go to Margarita. And oops, maybe not 2,000. Now let's just remember this is all make-believe. So I'm going to go here. And now I'm ready. So I'm going to go ahead and submit the order. So I submit the order and it gives me that warning one more time. I click OK and it's submitted. And then right away, there is a reminder to make sure that you go select your delivery options. So I click OK. And David, I'm going to stop right there in case there's any questions for me or from the participants regarding the girls in the initial order tab.
Nothing on the initial order tab. Manuela is wondering what day the system will let her submit reorders after their initial order.
That depends on the council settings. So perhaps that is one that we can table until we, or have maybe Hillary look it up as to when the first day of cover reorders is, because that's basically a council specific question.
I'm sure she'd be happy to look that up for us.
Okay. So are we ready to go to the delivery tab?
We have a few more questions that just came in.
Okay.
Andrea would like to know what the other line is for.
It depends on the council. Sometimes the other line can be for like, there's a specific thing going on. So the other and the booth line.
I apologize, everybody. It looks like we're having some problems with Maria's audio. Maria, can you still hear us?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, you have come back.
Okay. I don't know what happened. I didn't touch anything, I promise. Okay. Yeah, but the booth line is for booth cookies. Other could be perhaps the some troops, you know, maybe want to order some extras for girls or whatever. But either really those two lines are used for anything that maybe is council specific. The other line, but for your purposes, please use the booth line for your booth cookies. I think it keeps everything cleaner so we know what those are. Okay.
Perfect. Two other questions coming in. It looks like Christine would like to know, can we save entries as many times as we need to as long as we don't submit?
Yes, you can save as many times as you want. And I recommend that you save often, so in case you get, you know, distracted or get a phone call. But the submit button only once. If you do accidentally get distracted and still click on the submit button, then what you want to do is you want to contact your service unit manager, and they can actually unsubmit the order for you. And so that you will be able to once again continue entering your order. So that is a solution. If you, you know, if you don't know who your service unit manager is, this is a good time to research it. Or, of course, you can always contact Hillary and she can help you.
Of course she can. Hillary is awesome. Okay, the next question we have is from Sherry Lynn. She missed a little bit of the discussion. Does she enter booth cookies into the booths tab?
She enters the booth.
A little clarification. By tab, you may mean the blue booth section underneath the girl here. If that's not right, send in another question to us. But yes, you would enter them there. The booth sites tab at the top of the page is where you go to select your booth sales site locations. Am I correct on that, Maria?
That's correct, and we are going tab by tab, you know, so that we can review each tab and what its purpose is. But yes, anytime you're entering orders for cookies for the initial order, it will be on this tab right here. That's the initial order tab. And as mentioned earlier, for your booth cookies, any extra cookies that you want to have for the booth, they're ordered right here. And as a reminder, all the orders in this top section are in packages, and then they will be entered on this line right here that says packages ordered, and they will be rounded up to cases. But when you order booth cookies, remember, if you order 12 Savannah Smiles, that's one case. And so it's in multiples of 12. There's 12 packages in every case of every variety.
Perfect. So Wendy wants to know, to put in booth extras, do you actually have to click on the word booth, or can you just enter them directly into the variety?
You, anytime you're entering on this tab, you want to click like on the name. So let's say you want to change George's line, you would click on her name. Right here, you click on, oh, I submitted. Very good. See, now you see how we're locked out? But you would click on the booth tab to open it up. So if I'm locked out, remember I am logged in right now as a troop, so I'm logged out. I would have to contact my service unit manager to unlock me.
Perfect. So
Okay.
Andy wants to know, do troops need to order booth cookies during their initial order? This one I know because you and I have talked about it so much, Maria. We recommend that troops order at least their first weekend's worth of cookies as part of their initial order in booth extras. That way they know when that weekend comes about, they have plenty of cookies in their inventory to get through the weekend. Am I correct on that?
That's an excellent practice. You don't want to have to rush over to the cupboard to get cookies for your first week of booth sales. You want to be ready to go. That gives you plenty of time to distribute the cookies to the girls, and then also be ready for your first booth sale.
Perfect. Now Charlotte wants to know, do the girls' cookies come in packages or cases? If they have 11 extra after the booth and the girls' order, are those cookies we have to take? So all the cookies at the cupboard in your initial order will be handed out in cases. So if you have 11 Savannah Smiles listed total under all of your girls and everything, let's say that's the total amount you ordered, Maria, that should round up to 12 and you'll end up picking up a full case, correct?
Correct. As you see right below, I hope you can see my arrow, right? On the bottom part of this order page, you see cases to order. So the packages ordered is the total of all the packages for all the girls from the top part of the order, the initial order tab. At the bottom, it lets you know that it's going to round it up to cases. And then it lets you know after it's been rounded up, how many extra packages you will have. So this is 166 cookies for Do-si-dos packages. And then it's going to send you 14 cases because it's rounding it up to the case. And then you will have 2 extra packages. So you can use those before you fill out the order for your booth sales. You can look here below to see how many extra packages of each variety you have as a result of the girls' orders being rounded up to full cases.
Perfect. And you're welcome, Charlotte. She said thank you. Andy also asked, as a product sales manager, a service unit product sales manager, is there a button on my site that tells me how to unlock an oops submittal?
I can show you that, but yes, what you would do is, so it's a little bit different. It's not a button that you see right away over on this side. You would go to one of the tabs. Your dashboard would look a little bit different. This is what we call the dashboard. Your dashboard will have a tab, a blue tab that instead of girls, it will say troops. And you will click on troops, and then it'll show which troops have submitted, and if a troop has needs you to unlock them, there will be a word that says unsubmit, and you click on the box with unsubmit for that troop. But it will be in a tab that instead of girls, it will say troops for the service units.
Excellent. And I think this is a good opportunity. While we have Maria here for our 2 hours this evening, we're not going to get through every single question. So Maria, maybe you can show really quickly where they could go to get some microburst training on their own, or in case they forget anything from tonight's training.
Yes, I'm not sure I can, I can't seem to move the screen this that has the showing the main screen. So if you go, you see my full screen, correct, David?
Yes.
Okay, on the far right, there should be a blue tab that has the help on it. You click on help, and it only works on the live site, so I wouldn't be able to show you on the demo site anyway. And we can go to the live site once we're done here, and I can show it to you at the end of the session. Or after we get through with these few tabs. but there is a help center, and on there are microburst trainings. There are little videos that you can learn how to add the girls, how to submit your initial order, how to select the delivery. So it has a lot of microbursts for both the service unit level and the troop level volunteers.
Perfect. And for those of you that are looking at her screen now, that's that far right tab that says Help Center right there. And we'll be sure that we take a look at the live screen before we go. But almost everything we're covering today is in quick, short videos that you can log on and watch at any point. We have quite a few thank yous coming in. You guys are welcome. We'll go ahead and let you continue. I think we're pretty much caught up with questions for now. Maria, you can move on to the next section.
Excellent. Okay, so remember we got a message that says we needed to select our delivery site. So we're going to go to the delivery tab, and depending on whether you're going on the delivery site you will be going to, some may have the opportunity for you to select time slots, and others may not require that step. But this will be, at least this top half will look about the same. And so there you see your final order in cases, and it's asking you who is picking up cookies, who is picking up your cookies, someone from my troop or some other troop or my service unit. So if you click on someone from my troop, then it will say, will you be picking up for more than one troop? Yes or no, because maybe you're picking up, maybe you are a troop leader for 2 troops, or maybe you are one of the ones that's picking up cookies for another troop. So in this case, we say no. And then it says, please select your delivery station. Some places that they only have one option to where they go to pick up their cookies. So it'll be directly on there. It'll be already selected for them. And then the final step is to select the time. And so I'm going to select a time, and I'm going to say that I'm going to go at 9:10. And there you go. It'll give you, it selects, you are able to select a time. And let's say I change my mind. I'm like, no, maybe I better go 9:30. All you have to do is click on the time that you need. And then once you have made your selection, you would click on submit my info. Now, if we were going to select, if there was another troop that was going to select it, there's no other troop right now here in the demo site. If you did select some other troop, it would ask you which troop was going to pick up your cookies. Okay? So then we submit the information. And there you go. It has been updated. And you can view the confirmation. Now, this confirmation, sometimes it's available right away. Sometimes, depending on your council, it will tell you when the confirmation will be available. This is your confirmation. I encourage you to print it, because then you can take it with you to the delivery station. You have it as a reminder of the date, the time you signed up for, and it will also give you an estimated number, how many cars you will need depending on the size of the vehicle for the number of cases that you're picking up. And it also provides some helpful hints here. Any questions, David?
Doesn't look like we have any coming in as of current.
Okay, great. Okay. Now, you do have an initial rewards order. So we're going to skip the girl orders tab for this to complete the initial reward process. We're going to go to the rewards tab. And this is the rewards tab. And so we are in the initial rewards phase. So we want to go to this first line here. Now, any time during the process, say you haven't submitted the order yet, you have a large troop maybe, and you want to know how the order is going, you can view the rewards order plan and see how everything's going. You can go to Georgia and see, based on hers, she sold 285 packages. Her shirt size we know is adult medium, and we know she earned the CEO patch. Looks like she also may qualify. I'm not sure if the troop qualified for a 300 PGA. Okay, but you can view it anytime, and then you can return to the reorder form. And to actually fill it out and submit it, you go to the fill out button when you're ready. And you can see that 3 girls have reached the 275 CEO patch pin, and there's 2 Seize the Day t-shirts. Now, you see that right here, if there's a size, catalog, or selection that he's done, there's a size, catalog, selection needed. So that's probably one of the reasons that we couldn't submit the order earlier. So what that means is that Margarita's record needs some attention. And it probably means that we had not selected a size for her or entered her size under the girls tab to begin with. Maybe we forgot. So we open Margarita's record, and we do see that she sold 925. She qualified for the shirt, but there's no size in here for her. So we can select the size for her, and we can submit that. And there we go. Now everything is green. So we know that we've got everything, and then we go ahead and submit the reward order. It's the same thing as far as, submitting the reward order. It's the same thing. You may only submit the reward order once, and then it will get, just like the initial cookie order, you will get locked out. And if you hit this too soon, then you will need to contact your service unit manager to unlock you.
All right, Maria. Yeah, we have a couple questions coming in. One, I believe, is from Claudia Lewis. She raised her hand. Claudia, I'm going to go ahead and connect your audio so you can ask your question. Oh, 1 second. There we go. Claudia, can you hear us?
I think something clicked.
Claudia, are you there? All right, Claudia, I'm going to go ahead and mute you and lower your hand. If you still want to ask a question, go ahead and raise your hand again. All right, the next question that we have is from Clarissa. She says, if you opt out for prizes, what will this screen look like?
The rewards will not appear. There are some rewards that are even opt-out girls get, and I believe those are pertaining to the patches. And Hillary, you might be a better one to remind us what other rewards maybe they could earn if they are an opt-out.
Hi everyone, can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can.
Oh, perfect. So if you opt out, our opt-out package still includes the CEO patch pin and the Seize the Day t-shirt. So those, you still receive those if you earn them, even if your troop opts out. So your screen would still look like this.
Excellent. And then on the regular rewards patches, there are other ones that are included in the opt-out as well, and you will see them on your with the final rewards program. So knowing that opt-out troops also get the t-shirt, please remember to go ahead and, as a best practice, get those t-shirt sizes early so that you're not having to scramble and get a hold of parents for the girls' sizes for their t-shirts.
Perfect. The next question that came in from Christine was, does the system automatically select the rewards based on the orders?
Yes, it automatically autofills, and you can check it any time to make sure that everything is correct. And you know, maybe you know that Susie sold 800 packages or sold more than 275 packages, but it's not showing the CEO patch pin or not showing the t-shirt. You may just want to go back and make sure you saved her order correctly. I mean, that's just one example. But yes, it auto-calculates, and that's why you have a chance to view it and make sure everything's working right, make sure you don't have any questions, and then to order it. If you've got all their t-shirt sizes, especially for the initial order, it's very easy. You just review it, make sure that everything is there, and then, you know, you click on return to reward order form, and it's filled out, it's done. We try to make it as easy as possible for you.
This is very similar to the way that NutE operates for those of you that have participated in the fall sale. While it does auto-populate, you do still need to go in to confirm it and submit it. That's your way of telling council that you agree to what it auto-populated. The next question I have is from Valerie. She just wants some clarification just to make sure. Do the initial rewards order is only for the Cookie CEO patch pin and the Altogether Awesome shirt, and only if they qualify, correct?
Yes, because the initial rewards orders only includes those two. The final rewards orders gives the girls an opportunity to continue selling and reaching higher levels. So the initial rewards order is really to try and let the girls know that if they want that t-shirt, this is the level that you need to sell. So yeah, there's 2 levels of rewards.
Here's an excellent question, and one that I have myself with eBudde. As most of you are aware, this is a new system for council as well. Maria, Hillary, and I have become best friends as we've been on the phone daily learning the system and operating in it versus ABC Snap from last year. If they have a girl in their troop that isn't going to continue in Girl Scouts, is the PGA taken from the per girl average of girls selling or the per girl average of girls total in the troop?
It's based on per girl selling. So
and
it
so
does
for
not
those
hurt the PGA.
And so for those of you that know, we do require that your troop in eBudde matches your troop identically in MyGS. So that way we can keep the systems in sync with one another more easily. However, it won't affect your PGA if one of the girls in your troop happen to not be selling.
I would just like to add that we have a new feature in eBudde this year, and that is inactive. So if you know that a girl is not going to be selling, it is best to go ahead and let the council know so they can mark her inactive, and it won't, you know, confuse it. I believe it lowers her name down to the bottom, so you're not having to look through girls that are inactive. You have all the girls that are active at the top of the list and those that are inactive at the bottom. But it is a good way to accurately for the council know how many girls are in your troop. That does not affect your per girl average.
And just as a follow-up to that, to let us know if you need anybody marked inactive to your troop, please email customer service at girlscoutsnv.org. I know that everybody wants to email Hillary because she's amazing and so nice to talk to, but we actually have a whole team of people here and now that are being trained on eBudde that can help process these requests, even as Hillary is outsourcing booths and answering other questions. So to make sure that we don't get too much of a lag or too behind, make sure you email us there so any of the team can help you out with that. A couple questions we have. A couple questions we have is, I've answered this in the chat log, but I wanted to say here, rewards are going to be sent directly to the service unit product sales managers. Claudia, I saw your question that you're afraid that it might not get to you because of maybe some rural area or a shipping area and you didn't receive the order cards originally. Go ahead and email in the customer service. If we need to make special shipping arrangements or schedule a time for you to pick up your council, we can work with Little Brownie on that specifically for your service unit. We just need to know in advance. So definitely email that into us. She also wants to know, Maria, will rewards be shipped via UPS, FedEx, U.S. Postal Service, Special Magical Owl? How do they get to you?
We use UPS.
Mm-hmm. Excellent. Noelle, to answer your question, yes, we did come out with a Me and My Guy patch. Council is actually going to be developing it, and it will be available free to anybody who wants it. Hillary, can you talk more about receiving that patch?
Hey everybody, for the Me and My Guy patch, we will be adding a form to the website, and it'll be in the cookie corner. All you'll need to do is go ahead and fill it out and submit it to us so that we know that you guys earned that award and that you are requesting it. You just need to have a male role model over the age of 18 interacting with your girl as she's selling. So it could be everything from helping with a booth, doing walkabouts, loading and unloading the car, going over sales pitches with her, kind of any way that they want to assist, and then just go ahead and fill out that form and get it submitted to council. And you have until the whole sale to get that one sorted.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Hillary. Maria, this one's for you, and I think we're pretty close to being caught up with the technical questions. A few people had other questions about issues they're having in their troop or things like that. Hillary and I are going to answer those in the chat log, so be on the lookout for those. But somebody was wondering what the Girl RPT button is on your screen right now.
Girl, that's what, right there. So once you've submitted the order, you go to the girl report. I don't think it's going to be submitting it. Let me see. Yeah, there you go. So it's a list of your Troop Girl rewards. Like I said, this is the demo site, so I'm not sure it's going to, yeah, but it does, you pull it up. I don't think it's pulling it right now. I'm sorry. Whoops. Okay, there we go. But it is a girl report. It will list by girl which reward she received. And this will be very good for you to have, especially for the final rewards order. But that's what it is. It's a list of by girl which rewards she receives. Excellent question. Thank you.
Perfect. Looks like we're pretty much caught up on all the technical questions. Again, I'm going to be answering a few more in the question log, but we're going to go ahead and have Maria move on to the next section so that we can get through everything.
Okay. I'm just going to quickly touch on the booth sites. It's kind of, chicken before the egg and all that. I know you've already been selecting booth sites, but this is where you go to select booth sites. I know that that's been ongoing, but I just wanted to touch on it. This is where you would go to select the booth sites. It's also to go where you have your current sign-up. So say you lost your little piece of paper and you're like, well, what sign-up do I have? What upcoming booth sites do I have? Right now it says I'm not signed up for any, okay? So to sign up for them, you select your site and select the site. There'll be many listings, and good job, Hillary and David, for having so many available to you. And then I select my time slot. So I'm going to select 2 p.m. That's all you do is just select the time and then click submit, and that locks it in. Well, I didn't set any rules, so that's the error message you would have got if you were trying to sign up early. Okay, that's how it works. And then once you have the signups, then you can look at your current signups, and it'll provide you with a list of it. Okay, so this is where you go to sign up for booth sites, as well as click on and check on see which ones you have available. And maybe on later in the season, when it's open to all, you want to select additional booth sites. Rather than go through the long list of booth sale sites, you can actually search by free slots which ones are available. So that might be an easy way for you to find some available slots later in the season. Any questions on the booth sales tab or the booth sites tab?
Yes. Just getting caught up. We have one last question that came in last minute about the girl report for the rewards. They just want to know if they will be available after they receive their incentives, or will it wipe out after they receive their incentives like it did with ABC?
You know, I believe you should be able to pull it up anytime. I don't remember it expiring. I've not had that question before, and I've not had anybody contact me and say, hey, my report's disappeared. So I believe that it's available anytime.
What everybody will find is that the reporting in eBudde is fantastic. We've been using it and dug into it. There are so many more options, and the reports are so much more robust. I think people are really going to enjoy them. Christine wanted to know from the booth selections or the booth site selections, how do they, you said delete a selection, I think, how do they drop a booth site selection? So maybe they might want to pick up another one.
Okay, well, it's basically the same way. Let's say that I had selected a site and that I came in after I've already made my selection. I do the same thing when I want to drop the site, then I go to the site that I'm signed up for. Okay, so let's just say I went through the steps. I'm like, okay, here's the one that I'm signed up for. I need to release it because my girls got sick and we can't make it. All you do is go to that site, click on it, unselect it, and submit your change. That easy.
Perfect. Crystal wants to know, is there a different login for the eBudde app? I downloaded it and used her username and password, but she gets an invalid login. She's able to get into the Booth Sales app with the username and password they have set up for eBudde.
Well, I'm not sure, you know, perhaps this is one that you can send to the customer care, and then we can look at it and get some, you know, some more details. One of the most common things that happens is we have a user that has two roles. They have a role as a service unit manager and they have a role as a troop manager. And they log in and perhaps they're using their service unit manager role. And this may or may not be the case, but you should be able to log in with your troop user login. So it must be the same email address that you're using at the troop level. So like in this case, we have the troop person. Okay. We have the troop person and there is my email address. So, you know, confirm that you're using the same email address and use that one and the same password. If you do have issues, please send your information to the customer care, and you know we'll take care of you. Between the team of us, you know, the customer care, Hillary or myself will make sure that you get the response and the support you need.
All right. Crystal, yes, if you're having issues from your phone, definitely take a screenshot and you can email it into customer care. That'll be helpful as we're troubleshooting, try to get it fixed for you. That's all we have for now about the technical side of eBudde. We'll go ahead and have you move on to the next section.
Okay, excellent. Okay, so we've submitted the rewards. This is the first part, the initial rewards. So this is the first few steps for submitting the initial order. Now we wait until the cookies come in. So after the cookies come in, then of course there may be booth sales and you may need to go to the, well, you will need to go to the Girl Orders tab. The Girl Orders tab will have all the girls listed and their the cookies that they have allocated to them. This is not totaled out here because we're in the demo site and we don't have the proceeds in there, but it'll tell you how much the girl owes, how much they paid, and what the balance is due. You will want to record everything here. So let's say Georgia's mom or Georgia brings money to, you know, to pay for some of the amount that is due. And it seems to be locked out right now. Let's see if I can get here. Yeah, it seems to be locked out right now, but you would just enter you would add a transaction here for her, and you would enter how much she paid. So the total amount due, and then you might want to enter right here how much she paid, and then at the bottom you would click on submit. I can't get rid of this one thing. Yeah, for some reason it's not active right now. It's probably a setting. If there's something that you can't do, it's usually a setting. So I must have missed a setting. But this is where you would enter the amount that the girls have paid, and any additional product that's been issued to them. Just as a reminder, there is a microburst video that would show you these steps. This is also where you would see the DOC orders. The DOC orders will have a DOC entry right on this, where instead of initial order and lot, it'll have DOC orders. So the DOC orders will automatically be recorded on this tab as well. Any questions on that?
There was a question. It's from Andrea. She says, is this where we would transfer girl to girl and troop to girl, etc.?
Yes, it is. It is. You know, you would select a girl, and let's say I go to Georgia, I go to Margarita, and I would maybe enter, you know, a negative for Margarita, and it would go back to the troop. And then on, you know, you can, in the comment, that's where I would put transfer from Margarita to Georgia, so that you know, so it'll make sense to the troop leader exactly what they're doing. It gives you room to make a comment on there. And just make sure that when you make the transfer of product, you also transfer the amount due to it, that it's reflected.
Perfect. Dolores wants to know where we put in booth sales. Is this the same location?
Yes, this is the same. Well, the booth sales, remember there's a booth sale recorder. So there should be one here, but it may be just because it's a demo site. There's a place to do that for the booth sale recorder. Let's see if it's. Let's see. There's a spot. It's not showing up again. It must be a settings. I apologize for that. But you do have a spot under the Girl Orders tab that says, it'll be a little link that says Booth Sale Recorder, and you click on it, and it'll take you to where you can allocate the cookies to a girl. And we can send out some instructions, special instructions on that. My apologies, David. I thought I had that covered.
That's okay. And that'll be in the microburst training as well, correct? That will show everybody before the night?
Exactly.
Perfect. The other thing I wanted to add is there's an app for that, correct?
There is an app for that. Yeah, so the booth sale recorder app, it's awesome. You can do it while you're at the booth sale as you're packing up the cookies, just really quickly allocate them.
We have an excellent question here on this screen. Charlotte wants to know, what is DOC order?
A DOC order is the digital cookie program. So last year it was Coco Direct with ABC. We have what's called our company, it partners with GSUSA on digital cookie. And that's where girls, we partner with GSUSA, so that's where girls and parents have access to a site where girls can send they can send emails with a link to their website, and the parents or the families and friends can actually order cookies using that site. It's like an online, web-based ordering system, so they can select to order in cases. They can opt to order, instead of ordering cookies, they can select to donate to the girls, so by donation, and it communicates and updates with eBudde on a daily basis, so the sales from the DOC will automatically show up on this transaction, on the girl orders transaction page. And that, David, do you want to speak more as to when the council is opening it and when the girls have access to start preparing their DOC page?
That actually opened up on the 12th of this month, so they should have access to all of that. If you don't have access, or your daughter doesn't have access, or you have a girl in your troop or a parent that doesn't have access to Digital Cookie, go to the Cookie Corner. There's a post from Friday. There's a section in there all about Digital Cookie with a step-by-step on how they can request a new registration email, find out what email they have on file with us. And if you happen to go through all of those steps and they still can't seem to have access, feel free to shoot an email to customer service at girlscoutsnv.org. So Hillary or one of the team here working on cookies can go into the system and see if we can figure it out for you.
And just to clarify, those Digital Cookie or DOC orders, as they will appear on this page, the customers can choose, they will pay for shipping of those products. So it is not something that the girls actually have to deliver. It's additional sales that they can have by customers choosing to donate and support the girl through the Gift of Caring program, or order cookies to have shipped to them, and the customer pays for the shipping. And it has been very successful. There are lots of family and friends that are really willing to pay the shipping. It has not been an issue for DOC sales to have customers opt to pay for shipment.
Perfect. We did get a really great question in from Andy. Andy, thank you so much for asking this. If her daughter's sold online and some people pick shipping and some people pick delivery on hand, where do each of those orders show up on this screen? She sees a credit, but no boxes sold.
The boxes should have, as well on this screen, just remember that this is our demo site. And because we're our demo site, the DOC at this time, the Digital Cookie platform does not have a demo platform. So we can't link it here. So it's not visible on this site, but it will be visible on the live site. There will be an actual column that will say DOC, or as a reminder, right here in the comment section, there will be a DOC. It'll show when you go to the girl record. So let me just go to the girl record. Right here in this comment section here, it'll say DOC sale, and it'll, so you'll know it's a DOC order.
Perfect. And I just posted a link. It should be coming through to everybody in just a moment, a public answer to Andy's question. I remember the Girl Scouts of the USA had sent a nifty document over all about orders in eBudde from DOC. We have it on our website under Forms and Cookie Resources, or you can get the Cookie Resources from the Cookie Corner. But I put a direct link specifically to that document for that question, because I believe that'll answer what you need. We have another question from Valerie. Let me see here. Yes, it can. So Valerie wanted to know that her daughter is registered in Digital Cookie, but she's not listed as the parent, and therefore can't see her under her parent role in Digital Cookie. Valerie, if you could do me a favor and email into customer service on that so we can get the team working on it, that's something that we can fix from back here. Maria only has access to the eBudde side, but we can access the Digital Cookie side, and if we need to, we'll call in the big guns at GSUSA to help us out with that as well to get it fixed. I think that's all we had for now. So Maria, I'll go ahead and pass it back over to you for the next section.
Okay, so we're going to go to the Transactions tab. And this is where you can see all the transactions at the troop level. So this is where you would see, once you submit your initial order, the initial order will appear here. Think of this as your, before technology, you kept a little notebook and you kept track of, this is my initial order, this is what I ordered, here's the total. The next line may be, I went to the cupboard or to the council to pick up more cookies, and this is it. Well, we do that record keeping for you. And how we do it is that all the orders are applied through being able to place an order. Now here, we must not put a start date on here, but this is where you would go to add, and just remind me, David, you do have pending order feature, is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay, so you will be able to place an order to the council, and it would appear as pending order. And then you would pick up, you would put in here what you want to order. It's much like submitting the initial order. Here, let me move this. Sorry, I have this little box that's you probably can't see, but it gets in my way. So you would enter the order here, and you would click and submit the order by selecting, it might be because I haven't got a covered link to this troop, but this is where you would go and enter your order, and it'll show it as pending. And then once the cupboard receives it, or once you go to the cupboard, they will unpend it. They will unselect it as delivered, and it'll just keep track of all your orders on this page. Any questions on this right here?
I'm not seeing any currently.
I want to point out over here then, if you don't mind, the sales report. You can look on this on a regular basis. This will help you keep track of where your PGA is. It will help you, it has everything at a glance, has your information here, how many girls are selling, how many girls are registered, make sure everything is correct here. It will tell you the cookie prices and how many were sold of the core. And the core, what we call the core, are those that are not the specialty. So any cookies other than the s'mores and the toffee-tastics, because of the different pricing. And it'll keep track of all your orders. So this is also where you would see your DOC cookies. So you could actually look to see how many DOC cookies have been received. And those will be accounted under the deposits made. Any DOC's cookies will already be, the money will already have been received. So it'll be documented here as received. So this is where you want to go to see how much you owe the council. And what's really nice, if there is a rewards that's based on PGA, check it and make sure that, if you're only like a couple of packages away, see if you can do one more booth sale, or maybe order a few more cookies as extras at the beginning of the initial order for your booth sales to get the initial reward order. It'll tell you right here, so that you will know where your PGA stands.
This is part of that really great reporting that I was talking about that eBudde brings to us, where you can really dig in and see a lot about your sale at a glance, and kind of fine tune your troop year over year as you're selling to really get the most out of the sale that you possibly can.
I'm going to go to another troop, another demo troop here.
We do have one question as you pull that up. Crystal just wants clarification. Do booth sales get entered under girl orders or the booth recorder tab? And where is that booth recorder tab? She might have missed it.
Okay, let me just go. Let's see, let me go to the troop level. And when you go to booth sites, okay, there's two places that the booth recorder tab is. There's, when you go to the booth sites tab, there should be one here that says go to booth recorder. I'm not sure why it's not. Oh, here it is. I'm sorry. Tired. It's been a long day. So if you go here, this is the council. Oops. Stay open. Okay. So here's the council cells, and here is record cells. That is where you go to do the booth, to record the booth cells. You haven't signed up for any booth sites. Okay, let's maybe go here. If this one has it. Okay. But this is where you would go. My apologies. But this is where you would go, and it would pull up the booth recorder tab, and you would be able to fill in the site. So if we do, I'm going to select booth site. Let me see if I can just add one real quick. Okay, time is reserved. And then let's go to record my booth cells. I signed up here, so it shows, it would list all the booth cell sites that you have selected. Did I go too fast? I'm sorry, I'm going to pause. Is everybody okay with me, David?
Yeah, I don't have any additional questions in the system as of yet about this process. So I think you should be doing pretty well.
Okay. So all your booth sites that you have selected will appear here. And just remember, it's up here, booth sites tab, right on this little tab right here, and you will select record cells. Then you click on this, and because you do not currently allowed to edit girl orders tab. And that's a settings thing because, you know, it's all on dates things. But once you get this, you will be able to record the booth sales tab. So I'm going to see real quick if I can change the dates. This is the council level, so I'm going to see real quick if I can change the settings. Should be now. Okay. Well, sorry, I'm not able to really get that real quick for you. But once you go to the current to record my cells, you'll be able to select it. Oops, selected the wrong troop, sorry. This is the one I had selected, I believe.
And I put it in the chat log, but this is just another reminder that while sometimes demo sites can be uncooperative because they don't have all of the full data we would normally have, this whole process will be outlined in the microburst videos in the Help Center, right, Maria?
Exactly, and I can log into the live site and show you where those microbursts are once we are ready.
Let's go ahead and save that for the end.
Okay.
We have another question here from Victoria. It says, under the sales report tab, it shows that my digital cookie sales and the deposits made to council. It also shows troop proceeds, amount you owe to council. How will the troop get credit for this amount?
So right
here. Actually, I can answer this question, Victoria. I posted a little bit about this in the cookie corner. Right now, it shows that council owes you $25 because you haven't taken possession of any cookies from the council office from the cupboard. You've only been doing online ordering. Once you take possession of the cookies, basically what happens is the troop proceeds from your digital cookies, since the credit card is being processed through our system and the money is being deposited into our bank account, the amount that the troop owes will actually just be subtracted, or the amount that the troop gets will be subtracted off what the troop owes council for the cookies. So think about it as in years past, you owed council X amount for the cookies you received, you always had to pay that amount. Now it'll be that amount, and then you just subtract what we actually owe you for your troop proceeds for digital cookie.
And it, for digital cookie, will show up in their deposit as a deposit made, basically. So it'll all be part of this reconciliation.
Perfect. She got that. Let me see if I have another one here for you. Sherry wants just a quick clarification. Are all transfers done through girl orders and reorders are done through transactions?
Could you repeat that? I'm sorry.
She said to clarify, are all orders done through girl orders tab and reorders, or what Little Brownie calls pending orders, done through transactions?
Correct. The girl orders tab is, think of it as it's your spreadsheet for, it's your record of all the girl orders. So these are managing what you give to the girls, what the girls receive, the money turned in. So it's the management of the girl orders or the girl level orders. The transactions are any orders that the troop has requested. So the troop as a whole requests the initial order, and then as they need more product from the cupboards, they come here. And here you go. We're here at this level. I can show you how it works. You go here. This is where you were at a transaction for requesting cookies from a cupboard. So I would select the cupboard. I add product to my troop from the cupboard, and it automatically goes there. You shouldn't have to change this. And you're going to the cupboard. You select the cupboard that applies to you. So a list of the cupboards would show up, and let's just say I'm going to get it from this cupboard, and you would enter the order in cases and submit the information. These hours of operation may or may not be available, and additional information may or may not be available. And I would recommend putting any comments in here along with your contact information. So this is the transactions. It's actually you submitting the pending order to the council. So you are correct, David, that the transaction page is any orders that the troop picks up at the cupboard or at the initial order.
Perfect. And Dolores wants to know, do you have to go in and enter booth sales for each girl?
The booth sale cookies, the easiest way is at the booth recorder, at the booth sites recorder. So that's why, this is the easiest way to do it. You would do it in, it's not showing up here, but you would do it here. It is a screenshot that you can enter the booth sites, give credit to the girls evenly by distribution to all, or by individual girls allocating the actual amount that maybe the girls were, maybe not all girls sold or were there for the whole time, so you may have different amounts for each girl.
And you may have gone over this already while I was answering questions. So Maria, tell me if you just demoed this. But Dolores just had an example. So if girl A and girl B were at a booth, they sell a total of 400 boxes, and she wants to divide the boxes to 200 for each girl. That would be under the record sales section. It'll give her that opportunity to do it, correct?
Exactly. Exactly.
Perfect.
It would be the record sales.
If you didn't see what that was, she's highlighting it right there. They'll also, this recording, for everybody to be aware, will be posted onto Cookie Corner, so everybody will be able to rewatch this. Also, the microburst videos, again, I go back to those because they're amazing. They don't take an hour, they take 2-3 minutes here and there, and you can learn what you need as you go, so it's a lot easier to retain. We have a question about Tracy, I believe we answered your question earlier. If orders are placed online, does the money get deposited into your troop account? It doesn't. It gets deposited into the council account, and then we just lower the amount that we sweep from you based on how much troop proceeds you earn from those sales. The troop proceeds will be $1 or $1.10 per box. This is for Tracy. She asked, how much is the troop proceeds during the ACH for total sales? It's going to be $1 or $1.10 depending on whether your troop opted out or not. And then Maria, for you, Carrie said if she missed this, she's sorry, but do we need to manually add the digital cookie delivery in person to the girl's initial order? And if so, where?
So if they are in person, so any digital cookie in person, I believe you do have to, it will record it, but you have to make sure that the girls have enough product. So it may be that you need to add to the girls, add product to a girl based on the DOC. So maybe the DOC order will pop up as in person. If they have enough product, you don't have to worry about it. But if they do need product, then they will come to you they will need to come to you to get product to fulfill that order. But the transaction is in there. So you will have to manually look at it and see if they need it. If they have excess product, so say Georgia ordered some product knowing that she had was going to have some DOC in-person delivery and she has enough, that's fine. But if that in-person delivery means that she has to get product for you, you will have to make a transfer to her from the troop to her.
Perfect. Let me see, I'm just scanning for any other questions. I think these are similar to what you just showed, but they can always go in and manually adjust booth sales per girl as they need to.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
And there's that second record booth sale. I'm sorry, David. You can see here is that, yeah, so this is the second one that's record booth sale. And like I said, we must have just not changed something on the settings, but here it is, it would appear right here. So there's two ways to get to it, either at the booth site, and you would use the this pull down menu and select record booth sales, and it'll take you to that tab. Or if you're on the girl orders tab, it'll also be available here. So it's two easy ways. That was an upgrade request we had a couple of years ago because they wanted it in two places.
Perfect. That's all the questions that we have right now. So we'll go ahead and let you move on to the next section.
I think that we've covered it. I think the only thing we have left is the reports that are available.
Before we move out of the demo and we go into the reporting, from actual actions, if anybody wanted to take this opportunity to raise their hand in GoToWebinar and ask any additional questions, if you want to and you're more comfortable, feel free to type them into the chat log. But if you have any last questions before we move on to reporting and then the Help Center, I think now is a good opportunity just to see if there's any open-ended ones out there. I know I have one. Maria, what's your favorite cookie?
Thin Mints. I love my Thin Mints.
All right, Helen, what's your favorite cookie?
Mine is the trefoil because that's the original cookie and it tastes so good with a hot cup of coffee.
The s'mores is you know, it's competing with my Thin Mints, I have to say.
You know, when I was younger, my mother would take a sleeve of Thin Mints and freeze them, and then she would break them up over Dreyer's vanilla bean ice cream, and it would be an after-dinner treat that was out of this world. The mint with the vanilla and the cold, it was absolutely fantastic. Hillary, what about you? What's your favorite cookie?
It's the s'more. I was always the Savannah Smile, but then the s'more officially won me over.
You can taste the campfire in it. You really can.
And I love that it has the outdoor badges printed on the back. I just think that's so neat.
Yeah, that is awesome to be able to highlight what the girls, the skills, different skills and opportunities that girls have in Girl Scouting. So, David, is it okay if I log out and see if I can log into the eBudde live site?
Did you want to cover reports right before you did that, just to show, or do you need to be in the live site for that?
Oh, okay. So this is the reports that they have. It's basically, there's this delivery. Oops, I don't think we're going to get much here. Let's see. It just prints out a list of the delivery stations and the cupboards, where the cupboards may be if, you know, they live, if they want to see what cupboards are nearest to them. So this would be a list of the cupboard reports. I'm not sure it's going to print much because we are on the demo site, may not have all this completed. Let's see. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be opening the reports. Sorry, David.
Oh, it's all right.
Yep.
If that's the case, then I recommend we move over to the live site, maybe show a little bit of the reporting that's available there, and then dig into the ever exciting and ever promised Help Center with those amazing microburst videos.
Okay. I was having technology challenges earlier, so, oh my goodness, your account will be locked after 10 minutes. Okay. I was having challenges. See, even we have challenges, anybody. So let me try it again. Let's see if it'll. I'm going to try something. I'm going to refresh my page. And I'm working on a computer that I don't normally work on, so. See if that's going to work. No. David may not be able to get to it because, like I said, I was having challenges before I got on here, and even we have challenges. And Becky and I will work on it. Let me try one more time.
They say the third time is the charm.
They say it is. Let's try it. Let's see. There it goes.
Had I not said anything, it probably wouldn't have worked.
Oh.
Here's the Help Center right here. So you click on the Help Center, and it is awesome because we go to the Managing Your Cell. You go to your level. So there's the troops. You go to the microburst training videos, and there you go. How to submit your initial order, the delivery tab, the girl order tab, the troop pending order transactions, the rewards orders, the deposits, booth signups, the booth my cells, the troop booth record cells. And by the way, the my cells are ones that your council may or may not offer. Those are, say you, they're not managed by the council. These are maybe your cells that you secure on your own. So your council may or may not allow this. And the troop cells report. So all these are intended to help you pretty much to go in the order that things happen. So let's just say your troop initial order tab, it takes you to a YouTube video. And
as girls begin to turn in their cookie orders, use initial orders to maintain records for each girl. You can also use initial orders to enter estimated orders for group or up.
So that's an example of the troop, the microburst one for the troop order tab. So just take you screen by screen, and they'll walk you through the process for each of these actions. And I really love it. And of course, there's also other instructions here. There's the, step by step, you can go into the different ones, different topic areas, and get some more information on them. We really try and provide help for you in every which way, whether you're more into reading or you're more visual. Then this is the microburst trainings are designed for that type of learner. David, do we have any questions?
I'm not seeing any. You guys may have heard of microburst training. The other name that some councils call it is just-in-time training. There's a lot of evidence out there that it's better to do this piecemeal just-in-time training and get the bits as you need them, as opposed to 1 hour long video, because let's be honest, who remembers everything from a 1 hour long video? Even I have to go back through and retrain in a lot of the systems we have. And so these microburst videos are absolutely fantastic for getting that training. We've covered all of the essentials this evening. I want to leave it open one more time. See if anybody wants to put any questions in the, Charlotte, I see you agree with me. If anybody wants to put any last questions in the question log, or if you want to ask a question, just go ahead and raise your hand. Monitoring for both of those right now. But if that's everything we need, we might be able to give everybody a half an hour back of their evening and let you get to bed a little early.
And David, while we're waiting for any last minute hot issue questions, this is Helen Rodsky. I just wanted to let everyone know that Hillary Fuller's been ill for the last 2 days, and she has worked through the cookie kickoff. She has worked all day at home trying to catch up and answer those questions. So Hillary, a big thank you for your dedication and working through to help our volunteers. Thank you so much.
Oh my gosh, it's my pleasure. I absolutely love working and helping people with cookies.
You're awesome, Hillary. And David, I just want to also point out that for those, in case we have any service units on managers on the line, we also have microburst trainings for the service unit level. So once again, the same thing, the service unit cookie orders, the delivery tab, the transactions, deposits, rewards. Now keep in mind, this is an overall help center. So the service unit transactions and service unit deposits may not pertain to you, because in some councils or in some areas, they do allow for a service unit to be covered. Most councils have separated that task, have found it's better to separate the task. Maybe it is the same person, but it's still on two separate roles. So anyway, so this is, they've got their own set of videos and help center.
Perfect. And I haven't seen any other questions. The last thing that I will bring up, we want to thank everybody for their patience as you've been emailing into customer service. We had so many requests at the beginning of this season that the inbox pretty much got flooded, but we have a team now working on answering all those questions, getting your eBudde rosters updated, fixing your DOC logins when the automatic email doesn't work or isn't working for your parents. We are pretty much caught up. Hillary, where did you say you left off today?
I am almost completely caught up with all requests through Friday evening, Saturday morning. So I'm working on getting through everything sorted for you guys.
Perfect. So if you emailed in at any time over the weekend, we are going to be working to get those answers for you, or over the holiday weekend. We just appreciate all of your patience. If you do come up with any questions that you forgot to ask here, feel free to email customer service at girlscoutsnv.org. and we will get it working. And if we can't figure it out, Maria is absolutely amazing. We appreciate you taking the time this evening for all of our leaders and volunteers to get everything answered.
My pleasure, and I want to thank you all for volunteering and in this very important role. Just so you know a little bit about my background, I have a lot of Girl Scout background. I worked for the Girl Scouts for about 12 years before joining Little Brownie Bakers. I had two daughters who also grew up in Girl Scouts, and I was out there with them selling cookies. And I have to tell you, my favorite program in Girl Scouting is the cookie program. Well, you know, outdoor activities also are very, very close. You know, I think that there are a lot of skills that girls learn by participating in the cookie program, and the confidence level that I see of girls participating, especially in their first year, going door to door to finishing the first season of selling cookies, is just amazing. So I want to thank you for your time and commitment that in your role as a troop leader, troop cookie manager, and parent.
All right, everyone. Well, thank you so much for joining us this evening. Have a wonderful evening, and as always, have a fantastic cookie sale. Good night, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Good night.